ladies and gentlemen. It is a big, wild world out there, and here we stand, folks. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, welcome. For those of you listening on the radio, it's currently 8:30 in the morning. Good morning, it's Friday, you made it, congratulations. Oh, I can't wait to be you. For those of us here live watching the show, being pre-recorded live, it is currently 8 in the evening on Thursday, but it is a jueves. How are we doing out there? We've got the bridge, Nuria Tam, Chusky Trusky. How you doing, guys? How's it going out there? It's been a cold day in Madrid. It's freezing. It's like the big lie. Move to Spain, Rob. Move to Spain. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy the... No, come on, dude. In the winter, Spain is cold, yo. This is coming from a man from the north of England, dude. Spain is cold. Spain is cold. How are we doing? The bridge says, you know, I enjoy this interaction because I have a craving for being kept on my toes. I'm an interaction junkie.
ProBoh approved.
Me too. I'm a junkie that you're an interaction junkie, Bridge. Nuria Tam's here. An intimate edition today. Yes, it is. Just a few of us, a few of the warriors in the show. That's fine. That's fine. It's quality over quantity tonight. So, plenty of energy. Ooh, you nearly said lady, but I did. And we're on our own today. No ladybug. We're lady bolus. What's coming up in the show? Let me tell you. We've got two delectable, delicious, complete the news bits. We're gonna look at a statue of baby Jesus in Mexico. Where do I find these news stories? You'll never know. And the death of a cobra in India. That's coming up in the second half of the show, as is our 100 Humans today, where we talk about driving in our 100 Humans. Today. Yeah, ironic coming from someone who doesn't drive, but whatever. It's not about what I do, it's about what the 100 Humans do. Trusky Trusky says, having a beer, see you in a while. No worries. No worries, I'm glad we're accompanying you on your beer, Trusky. And that's all in the second half of the show. In the first half of the show, we have a delightful, delicious, maybe controversial, but maybe not, unpopular opinion today. The unpopular opinions, changing it up a little bit. Yesterday, in lieu of the program, I had no show. I was out at the Vaughan Radio Pub Quiz. Having a blast, by the way. Met some amazing people. It was such a good time. So I was there and I couldn't do the show. So instead, I asked for people's unpopular opinions. Oh my God, you guys participated, but well. So we're going to do at least a couple of weeks of other people's unpopular opinions, your unpopular opinions. And yeah, today's a good one. Not so unpopular, though, according to social media. But either way, I'm not the person who decides that. You guys in chat are. So many different answers, says Nuria Tam. Yeah, I actually posted them all. I may do a post on Twitter, a bit of a compilation of all the answers we got. I think that would be quite nice. Yeah, thank you so much for participating. You guys gave me material for days. Can I tell you something? In the preparation of this show, the thing that takes me the longest, with no doubt, the thing that takes me the longest, is the unpopular opinion. And it's not preparing the facts and figures and doing the research. What takes me the longest is coming up, inventing the unpopular opinion. Let me tell you. So the fact that you guys gifted me a ton, man, that's awesome. That's a gift from the gods, my friends. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see, guys. You know, before we get to all that, though, you're here, I'm here. Let's not waste any time. Let's look at what's going on in the world. First thing I want to do is a follow-up. I want to catch up with a piece of news we reported on a few weeks ago now. Netflix, back in that time, I reported that Netflix was disappointed with the viewership of Sandman. Sandman is a Neil Gaiman comic. And they were disappointed with the viewership. It appears that people weren't binge watching it which is to like watch one episode after another episode after another episode. People weren't binge watching it. Apparently they were watching one, maybe two episodes, taking a break, and then maybe going back to it. I mean, it did hit the number one on Netflix, but people weren't consuming it in a way that Netflix likes. I mean, for me, if you can only watch two episodes and you need to take a break, that for me is a sign of a great show. You know, you've watched something, you need to take a second to think about what you've seen. I think that's brilliant. But because they used to, because they consider binge watching a success, when for me that's not a success. The only time I binge watch things is when I'm bored or drunk. You know, on a Friday night, I'm going to binge watch The Circle on Netflix every day of the week, man. So it's not a good measurement for success. Well, I reported that, and today I think it was confirmed officially that Netflix have confirmed season 2 of The Sandman, which is great news for me. I was such a fan of that show. In the beginning, there was lots of controversy about some gender-swapped characters and whatnot. Not from me. I really enjoyed all the portrayals. I'm a big fan of the comic book. I think the Corinthian was a standout for me, and the young man that played Morbius was just tremendous. Tom Soldridge, I can't remember his name. My bad. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. So many different answers. Says Nuria Tam. Yeah, the unpopular opinions took off. It was great. A lot of you here in the chat actually participated, which is really nice. Gandalf gave us a good one this morning. Rob, I too grew up in England and have never felt so uncomfortably cold as in Castrillo del Val de Burgos in September. Wow, you know, for me, the coldest I think I felt. And this is me from Yorkshire, that I've waded through the snow to get home after a night drinking. The coldest I felt is early February morning at like 6 a.m. walking the dogs. That is a cold that eats your bones, man. That's a cold that eats your bones, you know? Where were we? Gandalf, I didn't do it, whatever it was, and I hope you were well. How are you doing, Gandalf? Welcome. I'm sure it wasn't you. I believe you, says the bridge. Where are we? So yeah, everyone's here. Guys, welcome to the show. So yeah, Netflix has picked up another season of Sandman, you know, that makes me very happy. That makes me very, very happy. You know, you get a round of applause. Well done to you, Netflix. Well done to you. And, you know, and if that's the metric that they're really going for, has the show been binge-watched? I think they need a different metric, man. I think they need to measure these things in a different way. Because there was no doubt for me when I saw the series that it was something that should have a season too. And if you haven't seen it yet, do. If you're like me, because I was a little slow on the adoption of the Netflix Sandman, because I'm a big fan of the comic books. Do yourselves a favour. Give it a chance. I really enjoyed it. What else do I have to report today? Well, let me tell you. Not the most sexy of news, I will admit. But remote jobs. I know I've made a little bit of a habit to talk about employment over this series. And LinkedIn recently released a report. What is the name of the report? I've got it right here. The Global Talent Trends, October 2022. I think this came out just a couple of days ago. And yeah, it seems that remote job opportunities, remote work, is drying up. It's drying up. There's not as much of it to be found as there was before. And there are two main reasons for this. We'll go into those in a little bit. I like this section of jobs, says Nuria Tam. I know you do. This is Nuria's section. The job section. Here we go. So, yeah, remote work opportunities are drying up. That's twofold, the reason. But A, because obviously workers now, post-pandemic, they want more flexibility. and there are fewer jobs being posted. Now, the report from LinkedIn does mainly concentrate on the United States, but anyway, I'm scrolling down this report. By the way, if you're on my Patreon, you will get the list to all the information that I use in the show. You will get that in links in the show post. I hope you're enjoying those. By the way, I put a lot of effort into them. Candidates increasingly want remote work, even as employers scale back on job postings. Okay, so candidates looking specifically for remote work from February to September, right? From February of this year to September, it went from 50% of workers looking for remote work to 52%, which doesn't sound like a lot. But how many job postings are there for remote workers? 20% in February, now down to 14%. Now, this raises an interesting question for me, guys, because I'm kind of old school in my thinking. Do you want to work remotely? Is that a thing you want? I know we've got a few people in the chat now. Gandalf is one of them that does work remotely. But is that something you really desire? Is that something, is that something you really want for your professional life? Gandalf says yes. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of working in my pajamas. If I was working from home, I would be a 24-hour-a-day pajama man, But I'm not sure if it's good for me. I mean, I have worked from home back a few years ago. I was completely remote worker. I worked from the Canary Islands for clients all over the world. But I'm going to be honest with you, it drove me a little crazy. I stopped working from home and I started sleeping in the office, if you know what I mean. It didn't feel like I was working from home. It felt like, the computer's always there in the corner calling to you. Why aren't you working? I hated it. I ended up working too many hours. I guess I didn't have enough discipline to stop. I guess the problem is mine. But yeah, there is a worrying trend. More and more people looking for remote postings, and fewer and fewer remote jobs being posted. I have a theory on this. I know during the pandemic, everyone was saying, okay, working from remote, it's the future. It's what everybody wants. And I just don't think that's the case. I certainly don't think it's what companies want. And I think if a lot more people were honest with themselves. And there are a few people in this world, I think Gandalf is one of them, that are equipped to work in remote. I don't think I'm the kind of person who can. I'll be honest with you. I really don't. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Remote is as in from afar or not that interesting. From afar, Bridge. From afar. From afar. I wanted to be a gigolo in my early 20s. Who didn't, Chusky? Maybe you were a gigolo in your early 20s and you're just, trying to throw us off the scent. Gandolfo has made it. I used to like people, but people ruined it for me. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about... I've got to admit, I've got a really privileged position because I work with Nacho. And he's just like my silent partner. We don't talk to each other all day. It's just completely quiet. It's awesome. But yeah, having to deal with people and their problems, come on, it's the worst. It's better some days in the office and others at home. Hybrid positions, right? Hybrid positions. I'm sure that would be kind of like... That would be something that would be highly desirable, right? But do people not want really one thing or the other? It'd be hard to organize a schedule around a hybrid work schedule, right? I don't know. I'm spitballing, guys, because I don't know. As you well know, I am an idiot. Famously so. We need to socialize sometimes. This is the key for me, Nuria. We need to socialize. We're social animals. And like it or not, the most socializing you do usually is in your place of work. The Bridge, how do you do remote gigoloing? It's got to be long. I may have to cut that out of the final episode. That was a dirty joke. I don't know. Remote gigoloing? I don't know. Catfishing on Tinder, perhaps. Gandalf, working remotely is not easy and it takes a certain mindset to do, or it will mess you up mentally and emotionally. You can get lonely and depressed if you are prone to that, and if you don't have human contact. Exactly for me. Belong or belong? belong. Don't make me repeat a dirty joke. Come on. Working for money is not the same as hunting to survive and living in a tribe. All living creatures need to move and do something to survive, so working is absolutely necessary. Agreed? Agreed, in fact, Chusky?
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Agreed. And, you know, we are social animals, believe it or not. You know what I mean? So I think a certain amount of sociability, even hunting in tribes, you would go out hunting with other hunters as a pack. Anyway, one more piece of news that I wanted to go over. Friends, I wanted to talk a little bit about the country, I'm going to forget the name, of Listenbourg. I want to talk about the country of Listenbourg. You're thinking to yourself, oh, Listenbourg, I've heard of that. Sounds familiar. Listenbourg is an invented country. For those of you watching live, you're going to see a tweet on your screen right now. This is a tweet that appeared on I believe, on the 30th of October. It's in French. This is a French meme that I just find hilarious. I'm sure it's written in French, but the translation is, I'm sure Americans don't even know the name of this country. And it was tweeted by Gaspardo on the 30th of October. And basically, this is a country that this Frenchman invented and placed where Galicia is in Spain, and covering a little bit of Portugal, so he's kind of extended the Iberian Peninsula a little bit. Well, this went like mega viral. Right now, that tweet stands at, let me see, I think it was 100,000 likes and God knows how many shares. It has gone super viral. So this was the initial tweet, and then someone as a reply wrote, who doesn't know Listenbourg? And boom, a meme was created. Eventually, they created an actual high definition satellite map. Someone created, and I'm going to show you this as well if you're watching live. Someone actually created a Wikipedia page for Listenbourg. It's since been taken down. The Wikipedia police are quick. But yeah, tons of people have gotten on board. They claimed on Twitter that there's a Formula 1 track there and things. And Julien Febreux, a well-known French sports commentator for Canal Plus and others, really jumped on board the meme and started using it. On the 31st, which is the day after it was posted, the thread. Someone posted a thread about the history of Listenbourg, and people created articles and photos of historic figures, and that thread got over 26,000 likes, 2,800 tweets. It was crazy. And on Thursday today, Ryanair, not one to miss a beat, tweeted, proud to be announcing a new home base in Listenbourg. I highly encourage you to seek out the meme of Listenbourg, guys. It's very funny. It's very funny. But before we do anything else, guys, we've got to go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Isn't that where Listenbourg pear comes from? It is. It's exactly where it comes from. It's a meme about, like, it's poking fun at Americans, Gandalf. It's poking fun at Americans. I'm sure Americans don't even know the name of this country. It's not fair. Come on. It's not fair. I bet Europeans couldn't tell you where, I don't know, where Wisconsin is. You know, I bet they couldn't draw an outline around Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Yet we're always the first, to criticize. Or maybe most Europeans can. I know I can't. I mean, I could identify Florida, Texas, Alaska, obviously. But I mean, not everyone. I think geography or a strong knowledge of geography is a bit of a dying art, sadly. I mean, I'm lucky enough to know Richard Vaughan, listen to his podcast, so I'm, slowly educating myself. Tintin Comic invented a country named Siladavia. Many people in that time thought it existed. Were the flat earthers in on this? Asks the bridge. No. I don't think so. I think it was mainly just a comedy meme post. Anyway, so let's get into today's unpopular opinion. What is an unpopular opinion? Every day I have a brain fart and I pedocerebral and I post it on the internet and you guys opine on it. You guys give me your opinion and then I argue it. Well, today and for a little while we're going to do something a little different, friends. Today the unpopular opinion comes from, oh my god, who was it? Nessa Fonessa, I think. Nessa Fonessa on Instagram. And she said, her unpopular opinion was this: people should have to pass a test to own a pet. People should have to pass a test to own a pet. She posted. I posted that for her. Now we're going to decide right here live whether she was right or wrong. I mean, I don't know where East Virginia is located. Ciladavia is in Laredo, Cantabria. Just down the road here, says the bridge. Okay, so what do you think? Should people have to pass a test to own a pet? How would that test look? I mean, look, here's a fact. Animal abuse is a thing. And not even intentional abuse, all right? So not even people who go out intentionally to harm animals. Animal abuse can be just neglect. You know, maybe people should take a test. What would that test look like? You know, how to care for the animal would be a part of that test, I imagine. If it's a dog, you know, you need to walk it regularly, 2 or 3 times a day. You know, how much food to give it. Making sure, you know, like basic medical things for the dog. Maybe how to train the animal would be a part of the test, you know, so you can keep up with etiquette. So the dog doesn't bark constantly, isn't bothering the neighbours, is obedient. Maybe that should be part of the test. You know, maybe a part of the test should be about your own behaviour. Are you picking up after your dog's mess? If you can answer all this test correctly, then yes, you can own a pet. Congratulations. Maybe there needs to be background checks. You know, the economic status of the adopter. You know, maybe we need to be checking that the people who want to adopt pets have enough money to care for them. Vet bills, veterinary bills, food. You know, maybe they need to do a background check on their criminal activity. Have they any other illegal doings with animals? There's the unpopular opinion. Should people have to pass a test to own a pet? Okay, let's see what people are saying. Chusky says, I totally agree. Gandalf, it is wrong to kick a dog, even if it annoys you? Yes, yeah, I think it is, Gandalf. I think it is. Chusky, I think the same about having children. That will be another unpopular opinion for sure, dude, definitely. I think we actually did that one, but I don't mind repeating it. And Nuria Tam says she agrees with what Chusky just said there. Oh, we will do that one again then. Okay. So there's the pros, you know. Forcing people to get a basic level of education on how to care for an animal. That's a real pro. Because, you know, not only would it give people the insight they need before being a pet owner. Because a lot of people think it's easy, and it's not always easy. Sometimes it's tough. But it would also give people a little bit more of an awareness of what it is to own, raise, or live a life with a pet. Because I think a lot of people think that, you know, it's good, the dog does his thing, you do your thing. No. You know, this is a commitment you make. It's an obligation. You know, it's like inviting someone into your family. And maybe a rigorous testing system would put off. It would convince people who aren't 100% sure, you know, maybe this isn't for me. So maybe testing is a good idea. I can identify one major flaw for this. And my major gripe, my major complaint with this idea is that less people would adopt. And that's just a fact, friends. There would be more dogs in pounds. And let me tell you something. For most of the dogs I've had, and I don't know if this is the truth, so bear in mind, this statement is coloured just by my own experience, and it may not be a fact. But most of the dogs I've owned or cared for, I've adopted dogs in the past as, you know, just as a foster home, until they found a permanent place. I've had 4 dogs, you know what I mean? And that's just in my adult life, like many more as a child. Most of the dogs that I've had with problems, those problems have generated in the pound, not on the streets. You know, and there's a perfect example in my own house now. Buddy was a pound dog, and he's he has issues. Summer was a dog who lived on the street, and she's just fine. She's like a little bundle of love. So less people would adopt, and that's for me a bad thing, because dogs live a happy life when they've got a family, not when they've got a rich family. When they've got a well-educated family, just when they've got a family. Dogs don't get attached to houses or places. Dogs get attached to people. And that's kind of a bit of a hot take, I guess, because, let me tell you guys, Twitter, 80% people agreed with that statement, that people should have to pass a test. And 94 agreed on Instagram. But there is that darker side, and that's less dogs would find homes. You know, and they're only creating more dogs. Dog breeders are a thing, sadly. Guys, I'm going to drop the poll. A lot of things you could be doing tonight. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and I will see you in a few minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show.
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How you doing? If you're listening to this on the radio, it's currently 8:30 in the morning. Good morning. You made it. It's not. It's 9 in the morning when you're listening to this. Oh, on a Friday. Oh, you lucky people. You lucky people. For those of us watching live, it's currently 8:30 here in Central European time. How you doing, friends? What have you missed if you're just tuning in? We were speaking about Netflix renewing this Sandman for a second season. We were talking about how remote work is drying up. Rather than being a thing of the future, it looks like it was just a fad, just a phase. And Listenbourg, the new country that was birthed from a meme in France, that is somewhere stuck to the Iberian Peninsula, and that, wow, hundreds of thousands of people have been speaking about. It's made it to some major publications. I found out about Listenbourg in Euronews.com. But there are several news outlets talking about it. Again, if you're a member of my Patreon community, you will find all the links to all the things that I use on the show in there, so don't worry. And then we went into an unpopular opinion. Today's unpopular opinion given to me by Nessa Finessa, that people should have to pass a test to own a pet. People should have to pass a test to own a pet. I asked everyone about that on Twitter. 83.3% of the people said yes, I think that's a good idea. 94% of the people on Instagram said it was a good idea. But what really matters is our community of people here right now who vote live on the live show. And they, my friends, 100% agreed. 100%. Yeah. So why doesn't it happen if everybody thinks it's a good idea? Like so many things in the world, guys. Like so many things. The only people that care are us, mere mortals. The people in power tend not to listen to what we have to say. What's my honest opinion on this? For me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think I'd rather not. Yeah. I know that's not a popular opinion, making this an unpopular opinion. But for me, the priority is to get as many dogs in homes as possible. Even if a small percentage of those animals aren't particularly well cared for, the vast majority are. To get them out of pounds and into homes, into families. I don't know. I think a system of test, a background check, You know, having to go through like an educational kind of thing. I don't know if that would put me off and put other potential good dog owners off. Do you know what I'm saying here, guys? I'm not seeing many people agreeing with me here. You all think I'm a monster, but you know what I mean? I'm a dog lover. I've been a dog lover for the longest time. As an adult, I've personally owned 4 dogs. I've fostered dogs while they've been looking for a permanent home. As a kid, there was always dogs in the house. Dogs, birds, cockatiels. Yeah, I'm an animal lover. I also think they're delicious, some of those animals. But most of them have been pets. And yeah, I would worry that fewer people would adopt. And let's face it, guys, the people who bad people who own animals, they're going to find a way to own an animal anyway. You know what I mean? The good animal families that may be put off by this, they're the ones that are going to who are going to think, well, maybe this is too much of an effort. You know, but if someone has a malicious intent with owning an animal, they're going to find a way to do it anyway. You know, that's just my hot take. And you know what I mean? Guys, you know this all too well. I'm an idiot, so what do I know? Okay, let's see what people in the chat were saying about this. Many people ignore what having a pet really means, and others don't even know what the word responsibility means. That's a fair point.
ProBoh approved.
That's a fair point. I can't argue with that. You know what I mean? I've seen irresponsible dog owners. But, you know, the dog has been in a home. He, albeit irresponsibly kept, not brushed, and not having his nails. I don't know. It's a tricky issue. It's a tricky issue because, you know, obviously I want dogs, well, all kinds of animals, to be well looked after. I'm just not sure, man. I'm not sure that wouldn't be something that would put off good people. Good, albeit lazy. Gandalf says, legal disclaimer, Rob is currently speaking out of his ass. Always. Welcome to the radio. Rob, you are too good at being a nice guy. Yeah, you guys who don't watch the show live, we have a little chat in the break time. And I was saying, it's nice that the unpopular opinion isn't mine. I can just be a nice guy. Play devil's advocate. El abogado del diablo. Woo! Do I get a... Yeah, I do. You are looking like an abandoned dog to us, yeah. That's my general look, I'll be honest. I love animals more than humans, and I agree, but dog breeding should be controlled, and not so many would need a family. Oof, that is definitely going to be an unpopular opinion. Banning breeders. Jeez Louise, yeah. I mean, wow, you're going to get...
ProBoh approved.
You're second for today, man. Yeah, totally. Breeding needs to be much more monitored. Like if you want a particular breed of dog, I just need to have a French bulldog, then you don't want a dog. You want a brand of dog. You know what I mean? Every time I've gone to adopt a dog, it's just been, I've gone to the kennel and I've seen which dog I have a connection with, and that's the one that I've gone home with. You know? Nivalatho, thank you. Nuria Tam, thank you. I love to be the abogado of the devil. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. It's definitely the most entertaining take. All right, guys. On that note, we should go to today's 100 Humans. It was a long walk to work, folks, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today I asked them, name something you do while you're driving, but you would never do on a driver's test. Yeah, I don't know how you say that in Spanish. Examen de conducir or something like that. So name something you do regularly while you drive, but you would never do on a driving test. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers here. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. Let's go. God, I imagine this is like everything. Chat. Chat is the first one. Chat. Is it there? Ooh, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue. Chat in person is not there. So chatting in person is not there. That's a bit of a clue for one of the answers that is there. Put your seatbelt on while driving. There is something to do with the seatbelt bridge, but it's not putting it on. That's another clue. Chusky says, listen to the lunchtime show with earphones. that should be there. It's something you shouldn't do. But sadly... Ooh, Nuria Tam has one. She says, speaking on the phone. Speaking on the phone. Answering your cell phone, your mobile phone. Is answering your phone there something you would do while you were driving, but not while you're on a driving test? Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done, well done. It's the 7th most popular answer, with 3 of 100 humans saying they would answer the phone while driving, but not while they were on their driving test. Rich says taking it off, taking your seatbelt off. I'm going to give it to you. I mean, the answer is not putting your seatbelt on. Come on. Not putting your seatbelt on. Something you might do while you're driving. I'm just going to the shops. But you would definitely not do it in a driving test. That would be an immediate fail, I think. 9 of the 100 humans said not putting a seatbelt on. It's in 4th place. Well done, Bridge. It's between Bridge and Nuriatown right now. Okay, next answer. Do you want some clues, guys? Yeah, the fewer than 100 humans in chat, they're going slow today. Insulting other drivers. I tell you what, I'm going to give you that. Well done. Swearing we have here. You wouldn't swear while you're on your driving test, but man, in your car, I bet you swear like a sailor. It's there. It's in 6th place, with 4 of 100 humans saying they would insult other drivers while they're driving, but not on a driver's test. What would you do? Okay, imagine you're at a traffic light. Your favourite song comes on the radio. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing at the traffic light or in the car that you wouldn't do if there was someone else there? Trusky Drusky says, picking his nose. I wouldn't pick my nose during a test, but I would do it. I would totally do it any other time. Is picking your nose there? Sorry, it's not there. Nuritam says, singing out loud. Singing. Is singing there? It's there. 5 in 5th place with 4 of 100 humans. Well done, Nuritam. She's on fire. She's on fire today. Driving with one hand or playing drums. I've done it, says Chuske. Driving with one hand. Sorry. Nor playing drums. Okay, you guys have got 4. You're missing the top 3. You know, and I live in Madrid, guys. Everyone does this. You know, everyone does this. Everyone's in a rush to get places. Think of there are 2 things on this list that you're missing that people do when they're in a hurry, when they're in a rush to get somewhere. And there's one that I would definitely do all the time. Oh my god. Any answers, guys? Oof, is this the first time you're going to fail, friends? Is this the first time you're going to fail? Oh my god. Ooh, the bridge says to run a light. You're also going to get
Vaya nivelazo.
To run a red light. That's to pass through when the lights are red. But is it there? Is it something you do driving, but you'd never do on a driving test? To run a light? Well done, Bridge. Well done. It's there. It's the 3rd most popular answer, with 24 of the people saying running a red light. Tocar el claxon. You're talking about right? To beep the horn. I hope that's what it means. I haven't just made a fool out of myself. To tocar el klaxon, is it there? To beep your horn. Oh, it's not there. Honk your horn. That's another. Wow, you're going to get another one. My God.
Vaya nivelazo.
Oh, fighter today. Don't stop at a stop. Yeah, that's kind of the same as not running a red light. Okay, come on. There's one thing. What would you do if you're in a hurry? You know, there are limits to how to this, but people don't listen to the limits. What would you do if you're in a hurry to get somewhere? You know, I hope the cops don't see me. Oh, the bridge says speed to go quickly, go too fast. The break the speed limit, is it there? Well done, bridge. It's there with 29 of the 100 humans saying speeding. There's one more. You know, maybe you spent too long in the car. You're getting hungry. Oh, my God. That's not even a clue. That's just giving you the answer. Come on, guys. You're going to stop at the drive-thru. You don't want to stay in the car park. No, I've got places to be. What's something you might do while driving, but never on a driving test? I would do this constantly, man. I would be constantly going through the Burger King drive-thru. Parking on a double line. Okay, guys, I am going to give you the final answer. Oh, here we go, the bridge. Oh, my God. Well done. She says eat and drink. You wouldn't eat and drink on a driving test, but you might while you're driving. It's there. Second place with 26 of the 100 humans saying eat. I would eat in my car, but not while on a driving test. Let's go through the list, friends. Okay, in position number 7 was answering a phone call. You would never answer a phone call on a driving test, but you might when you're driving. In position number 6 was swearing, cussing, shouting at other drivers. Hey! I can't do this. I can't give you an example because we're on the radio, but you understand what I'm talking about. In position number 5 is singing. God, that's something else I would do. You know, a little known fact about me. I'm not very good at singing, but I love to sing. Okay, in position number 4, not fastening your seatbelt. Not buckling up. Not fastening your seatbelt. Fourth most popular answer with 4 of 100 humans. No, sorry. 9 of 100 humans saying not buckling up. Okay, in position number 3 was running a red light. Yeah, not stopping at a red light. Oh my God. In position number 2 was eating. You'd never eat on a driving test, but you might while you're driving. And finally, the first most popular answer was speeding. Well done to the bridge. Oh my God, bridge. I thought it was Nuria's round, but the bridge came through in the end, man. Well done, well done. All right, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news.
Okay, 2 great news articles for you today. Complete the news. I'm going to give you a news headline, but I'm going to leave out some important information. Your job is, from the 3 options I give you, to complete the news. A, B, or C. Are you ready, my friends? First of all, we're going to go to Mexico. We're going to go to the beautiful country of Mexico. And we're going to go to a church, to be specific, to look at a statue of the baby Jesus. A baby Jesus. He's the best Jesus, the cuddliest. So here we go. Here's the headline with some important information missing. A church built a massive baby Jesus statue that looks exactly like blank. Woo! A church built a massive baby Jesus statue that looks exactly like blank. So who does this baby Jesus statue look like? I think, incidentally, it's one of the biggest statues of baby Jesus in the world. That must be an intimidating. Like, if you're like me and you've got a fear of babies, it must be terrifying. So, A church built a massive statue of baby Jesus that looks exactly like blank. Is it A, Phil Collins, B, Winston Churchill, or C, Danny DeVito? All three of those people look like giant babies, so I've not made it easy for you. A church built a massive baby Jesus statue that looks exactly like blank. Is it A, Phil Collins, B, Winston Churchill, or C, Danny DeVito? Difficult. Okay, everyone seems to be aiming towards... Well, I'm going to salute you, Chusky, for being the only person to say A, Phil Collins. Salute to you, sir. Everybody else says B, Winston Churchill. Let's get a drum roll, friends. A church built a massive baby Jesus statue that looks exactly like Phil Collins. Yes, Phil Collins, the drummer and singer from Genesis. One of the few frontmen, one of the few singers that actually played the drums. So good for you, Phil. A Mexican church accidentally, in their words, built the largest baby Jesus statue in the world. Those of you watching the stream live can actually see a picture of this thing, and it does look exactly like Phil Collins. So they built the largest baby Jesus statue in the world, and he just so happens to look strikingly like the British pop singer Phil Collins. The statue stands nearly 22 feet tall and weighs roughly 2,000 pounds. Jeez Louise, that is an intimidating Phil Collins statue. Okay, let's go to piece of news number 2. Are you ready, friends? Okay, here we go. Piece of news number 2, here it comes. We're going to India. We're going to India for this one. It's going to be... there's some difficult to pronounce place names here. A cobra. And I think in Spanish you say cobra. It's the snake with the head, with the like head wings. I don't know how to explain a cobra, but I think you say cobra. Yes, you do. Oh, do I get an evil atho even though it's the same word? No, I won't. I'll channel my inner ladybug. So, a cobra dies of blank in Chhattisgarh. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this place. You'll see it written down. It's spelled Chhattisgarh. That's not a place name. That's like someone fell asleep on their keyboard, but whatever. A cobra dies of blank in Chhattisgarh. Gar. Okay, so how did the cobra die in India, folks? Is it A, COVID-19? Did he die of COVID? It's going around, guys. Cases are going back up. Did he not wear his face mask? Was it B, did a cobra die of a child bite? You got to be careful of those children. Cobra, if you're a cobra, be careful. Children are poisonous. Not many of you know that. Hashtag fact. Is it B, a child bite? Or is it C, monkeypox? What's that snake been doing with them monkeys? Naughty snake. Cobra dies of blank in Chhattisgarh. But what did it die of? Was it A, COVID-19, B, a child bite? Gotta be careful. Those babies are dangerous. Or was it C, monkeypox? Look at that. The first time ever. No. Ravdos is here. Ravdos is here breaking the tie. The chat says B. Cobra dies of blank in Chhattisgarh. Is it A, COVID-19, B, a child bite, or C, monkeypox? Let's find out. Cobra dies of a child bite. You gotta love it. That's Mother Nature. That's Mother Nature, like, rebalancing things. Love that piece of news. See, this is why I'm so scared of children. People say, like, why? How are you doing, Quo? Welcome. First time chatter. You said B as well. Congratulations, those of you who said B. Did I win the first round? I think I won the first round. Oh, my God. That's one each. We should keep score. How many does Rob win? How many does the chat win? Okay, in a bizarre incident, an 8-year-old boy bit a cobra snake to death after it got wrapped around his hand in a remote village in Jashpur district, about 350 kilometers northeast of Raipur. There you go. Be careful of children, folks. They're the most dangerous animals out there. Hashtag bring back the lady bar. Yeah, she's spending time away from the stream. Maybe she'll be back tomorrow. Maybe she won't. I don't know. Guys, that was a lot of fun today. My God, we covered a lot of stuff. What did we talk about? We spoke about Netflix renewing Sandman after that weird news a few weeks ago, or maybe even a month or so ago now, where they weren't happy with the performance because people weren't binge watching it. But it was still number one in their charts. Weird. Netflix is a weird company. But yeah, they have officially renewed Sandman for season 2. Then we spoke about remote work and how it's drying up, and how the tendency seems to be, or at least it seems to be that remote work was a fad rather than the future. It was just it was just a fashion for a little while it was necessary during the pandemic. And then we spoke about Listenbourg, the new meme country created by France. Well done. Yes, Sandman is back, says Ravdos. And then we went into the unpopular opinion today, given to us by Nessa Finessa. People should have to pass a test to own a pet. 100% of the people agreed with her. Well done. All right, there you go. Then we went into Baby Jesus statue in Mexico that looks like Phil Collins, and the cobra that died of a child bite, because, child bites are dangerous, yo. All right, friends. Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's show, guys. It's been epic. I've had so much fun, really. Friends, there is so many things you could have been doing. Oh, hang on. Ravdos says, would have been here sooner, but I just got back from the airport, dropping my brother off. No worries, Ravdos. You can see the VOD anytime you want. Thank you for coming, Nuria Tam. Have a great day. You too, Ravdos. Guys, so many things you could have been doing today. Instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with me. And let me tell you something, guys. It means the absolute world. For those of you listening on the radio, you go ahead and have a great rest of your day. For those of us here, have a great evening. Friends, thank you so much, and see you next time.